Good afternoon, YouTubers. Well, it's Saturday. Is it Saturday or Sunday today?
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. And there's been lots of depressing things. That's right, because there was loads of riots and things last night, wasn't there, in the news? And I'm not going to talk about that. Lots of people are covering that, talking about that. I was particularly impressed this week by the Olympics. And I'm not into Olympics, I'm not into sports, but there was a thing called shooting, air pistols. And I've never really been into Olympic target shooting, I didn't really know anything about it. I'm one of these people that would go to the gun club and I'd be there shooting and have competitions and we'd shoot. And this we're going back to the 1980s now. And but I've been watching the Olympics, and apparently there's quite strict rules as regards the air pistol at 10 yards. And I thought, what, air pistol at 10 yards? Are you joking me? Anyway, I started watching it, and there's a lot more to it than you think, because I'm one of these people. I've got an air pistol, 177, and I can hit a target at 10 yards, not a problem. I thought, well, what's the big deal? But the level of accuracy that these people strive to achieve is unbelievable. I mean, my air pistol cost about $100, and the level high-end air pistols that the Olympian athletes are using, they're like $2.5 grand. And they don't even pay for them, because the companies, the target pistol companies, want you to win the gold medal with their gun. Of course they do, so they'll give you the gun for free. So you're not even paying for them, you're not paying for the pellets, you're not paying for anything. And you think, wow, I never really knew that until I've been watching the Olympics recently. And I was looking, and I thought to myself, well, what kind of guns are they using? So I googled the gun, and the one I saw being used was a Steyr. I think that's Austrian, big gun manufacturer. Steyr Sports Waffen, something like that, and it's a single shot air pistol. It's got a PCP, so it's got a tank underneath, and then you just open it up, put one pellet in, shut it, take the shot. So it's all one-handed shots. Now the other sport, they've got air rifle. They've got 177 air rifle. I've got a 177 air rifle, but mine cost 150 quid. Fiona bought it for me, and the high-end ones they're using in the Olympics cost three and a half, $4 grand. And my wife actually shot a flame on it. We stood a candle at the end of the garden at something like 10 metres when we were drunk over Christmas last year, and she shot the flame out. And I thought, come on, we could do this. How? I mean, obviously we're not as good as Olympic athletes, but how good could I be with $100 gun? Okay, this is an air pistol, okay, I promise you. It's got a really crappy handle. You put a CO2 in the handle like that, and that's what powers it. But there's no way that this gun is going to be one of those Olympic guns. It's the same caliber, 177, fires pellets. It's the only one I've got actually that fires pellets, because all the other ones are BB guns, they fire little ball bearings. This is the only one I've got that actually fires a pellet. We never had pellet guns like this when I was a kid. But for a start, the barrel, if you want to see down a barrel, what you're supposed to do is put your thumbnail like that, like act as a mirror, and then you look down the barrel and it will reflect light, so you can see it is a rifle barrel. But if you look very closely, it pops in and out, so it's actually an aluminium tube which has got a rifled in centre, whereas your proper target pistol will be steel and it'll be rifled and it'll be a nice long barrel. And I discovered years ago, because I was into competition shooting. I had a 357 Magnum, which was Ruger Security 6, And I was a pretty good shot, 25 yards. We used to have paper targets with a washing line, piece of string going across the butts, and we'd hang the paper targets with clothes pegs. And after a while, we just used to shoot the clothes pegs and drop the target onto the floor, much to the annoyance of the range officer who owned the clothes pegs. We had to buy him a new packet of clothes pegs in the end because he was kicking off. But I thought to myself, well, just how good could I be? Do I really need a high-end target pistol, or can I do it with something cheap like this? And the answer is no. Of course the high-end gun is better than the cheap one. Okay, that doesn't mean you couldn't do okay with the cheap one, but you don't stand a chance. And I discovered this when I was shooting, because my 357 Ruger Security 6, which was a cracking gun, don't get me wrong, I really loved that gun, but the only time I ever got beaten, the people who beat me had a Colt Python 6-inch barrel. And I thought, they always outshot me. And I thought, right. And I was chatting to one of these guys once. I said, can I have a go? Can I have a go with your Colt Python with a 6-inch barrel? And I'd had a go with one with a 4-inch barrel, and they were so good. I mean, that gun was just made life so much easier. But it doesn't mean if you were not a very good shot, you just go and buy a Colt Python, you're going to win everything, because that's not how it works. Someone with a good shot will get a good score with a cheap gun. But if you're high end, and like your Olympic standard, you really do need the higher end gun. Like I said, proper. The longer the barrel, the more accurate the gun is. Obviously, there's limits. The gun's got to be able to fit in a box, so it can't be too long, because that's cheating, isn't it? I looked at the two and I thought, well, air rifles or air pistols, which is going to be the most difficult? And I always thought the rifle would be easier than the pistol, and I was right, I think, because the other thing with the pistol is you can't hold it with both hands. You've got to hold it out with one hand and take the shot, which is a lot more difficult than doing it with two hands, as I've proved previously. So, and then there's the pellets that you use. I mean, I just buy pellets, I don't know, let's get some. There's two kinds of pellets, isn't there? There was 177 and there was 22 in my day. I mean, there's a few different calibers these days, but apparently the pellet that they use is the match pellet, which is something like this, which is a standard sort of pellet with a very flat head. You can see that, and that's the standard, because the rules, and you can't have telescopic sights or anything. You just got to have iron sights. I mean, this has got iron sights. This is rifled. It's 177. And the difference is it's CO2 and it's not PCP. But I thought to myself, well, I'll have a really good go and see how good. Now, I don't expect to be anywhere near Olympic standard, because those guys are seriously good. I mean, they're all kids as well, aren't they? They're all about 16 years old, most of them. And I thought to myself, well, I can still shoot. I've got good eyesight still. I'm an old dude, but it's not energetic. I'm not going to get out of breath. So I've got some targets. And but you look at the Olympics, right, and they're getting bullseyes every time, or just outside the ball. And they're not going outside of the inner circle. If I hit the target, I'm happy. And when you pull the trigger, if you pull it a bit, your barrel goes off and then all your bullets go off to the side, and you think, you can't do that. And the trigger actions on these target pistols, you can adjust the trigger so you get it just how you want it. And instead of just pulling it like you do, like a squaddy, you get the trigger right on the tip of your finger, and you're breathing out as you squeeze. You don't pull the trigger, not at all, because you pull that trigger, the barrel moves. You don't want the barrel to move. You want to be able to set it off. In fact, people cheated. They had a button in the pocket, and they'd point the gun, and when they were ready, they'd just press the button in the pocket, and they went, nope, that's against the rules. Can't do that, because it wasn't in the rules at the time, so they got away with it. But it was cheating. And now you have to pull the trigger with in a conventional sense, as you'd imagine. But I've been looking at target pistols. I mean, they have mad grips, and you can't have anything that joins your wrist anyway. You've got to be able to hold it and move it and prove that it's not you've got no additional rests or anything, and it's got to be all one-handed. And I thought, yeah, I could get into this. I'm going to do it with this. I'm going to see how good I can get with this, and I might buy a target pistol. Not a 2,500, but I've seen you can pay up to €500. You can get them cheaper than that, but I mean, how good are they, you know? But the thing is with Olympic quality target pistols, you know, you could pay 500 quid from a bottom of the range gun, and you could pay 2,500 for a high end one, and really, how much difference is there? Probably not a lot, but because the manufacturers, as I said, they want you to win the gold medal with their gun. If you're shooting for your country and someone says to you, well, do you want the £500 gun or do you want the £2,500 gun? You're going to go, oh, I'll have do you want the Timex or the Rolex? Oh, I'll have the Rolex. It doesn't mean it's better, but it does mean that their name's on the winner of the gold medal. You know, there's a lot of it. So I could get into target shooting like that. I could, because I've got these stupid pellets. I just buy whatever. I just go to Amazon and I've got some plastic ones here with spikes on the end. Never used them in the Olympics, but I thought it can't be that difficult. I want to see if I've got the shakes or if I've still got it, because I used to be a good shot, and it's the sort of thing I would have done in the old days, but I never had the opportunity. Because you get on the shooting team and you get all kinds of advantages. I was on the army shooting team, and of course I wasn't paying for the gun or the bullets, and I was scoring really well, but I fell out with them over something else. So, but it's something I should have done. And I'm going to learn what the rules are for the Olympics, and I'll try and do some shooting with my cheap gun and see how I get on. That's what I'll be doing to amuse myself. It's better than watching YouTube all the time. And but I really enjoy actually watching YouTubers and coming out with. I've met loads of really cool people on YouTube. Met some arseholes as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a bit of shooting with my air pistol. But goodness grief, I mean that hand grip is awful. I have to gaffer tape it on sometimes. But the big wooden ones that you get with a target pistol, you can adjust them. You can make them wider, thinner, longer, shorter. There's all kinds of little screws, and you can actually, because they're hardwood, you can file them down. You can add bits to them. You can get them so it fits your hand like a glove. You know, I mean that's serious. And you've got to have the same sights as well. So, just as an experiment, I'd like to find out, for my own interest, just how accurate I can be at 10 metres. Let's find out. Thanks for watching. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Well, it's not really cheating, but it's aiming points. See, I'm going to aim without adjusting the sights, because I haven't got a screwdriver with me. I'm going to aim slightly low, because all those shots were aimed at the centre of the bullseye, so I'll aim below the bullseye. I might be able to get the rounds on target a little bit better. Let's see. One hand, stop cheating. Didn't go off. Yes, it did. Must have just completely missed. Sounded wrong. Okay, let's go see how we did. Did we in fact do any better? One, two, three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 of them went completely amiss there. I suppose that's the difference between a target pistol and just a cheap air gun. And the other thing, the match pellets I was telling you about. When I went to put them in the gun, they were 2.2, so they won't fit. So I'm on the plastic pellets with the tip, which are not really match pellets. But I'm going to get into it. I'm going to buy myself tonight on Amazon. I'm going to buy some 177 match pellets. And I'm going to get a little screwdriver, I'm going to adjust my sights, and I'm going to work on my my target shooting. Thanks for watching. Okay, target's now there. So we'll commence with 8 shots. Single shot, one hand, and let's just see how we get on. Let's go check out the target. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lost one somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there is 8 holes there. But they're all above the bullseye. I'd never make the Olympics, would I? Not with that shooting. I need to lower the back sight a little bit. Okay, well I hope it's very bright out here. It's very difficult for me to see the screen bar. We've got the targets down there on the chair. I need to go and get the paper targets to put in the box, and then we'll start doing some shooting.